everybody. Today we're going to have a video that's going to touch on some more realistic things, more down-to-earth, thought-provoking scenarios. So, think about this. You want to achieve something in life, but at the same time, you're not quite sure what it takes to accomplish this. So, what do? You start to worry. You start to stress. All these things start bottling up and becoming more and more apparent that they may hinder you from your goal, and then you have sunk into a fear. The question is, are you going to let that fear control you, or are you going to surpass that fear? Well, I'm here to tell you that you're going to surpass that fear, because I truly believe that fear will never surpass dreams. I mean, people fail in life all the time. It's just a part of the process. It helps you to become who you're going to be. It helps you to know what you aren't. It helps you to know who you are. But what should never be your reason for failing is fear. I lost sight of what fear even is a long time ago. And some of you may already realize that I'm a very confident person. As you can see, I really care about how I look, and I really have a very, very, very high confidence level in myself. But that's not where I've always been. I've not always had that level of confidence. That level of I can do anything I put my mind to. And that's because I took the necessary steps to prepare myself to step out of fear. So everyone can do it. You just have to find your particular way of doing it. But remember, the fear will never surpass the dream. So let's start with the most important part. Acknowledging that there is a fear. Because, I mean, if you sit here and are going back and forth about different things and you don't know what's stopping you from getting where you need to be, then you're never going to proceed past that point. Once you know there's a fear, then you research. Know that fear in and out. Then it's time to apply what you've learned. So let's just say, for instance, your task is for the guys trying to talk to a lady that you want to get to know, or a lady's vice versa. So guys, when you're trying to approach the girl, I mean, if you're confident about it, then you're just going to approach her. But even so, you're going to wonder, what specifically should I say to this girl to actually say the right thing to get her to notice me, to like me, to complete this conversation, to engage. But if you know enough about the subject, about the topic, about your target, you already won the battle, because you're going to go up and be like, okay, I'm going to go just talk to this girl, drop some knowledge on her, because she looks like a very educated young lady. I'm going to drop some knowledge on her, blow her mind, and then she's going to continue that conversation. But if you don't take the time to know your objective, you'll never know. You'll never get it. You'll be too nervous. Fear will set in. Then you'll be wondering, what if? What if? We want you to achieve that goal. We want you to hurl those obstacles. And for ladies, if you, I guess I can give a little insight on your side too. I mean, if you're the go-getter, if you don't mind actually being the one to say the first word, then you pretty much are in that same boat. But if you're the young lady who is trying to be noticed, you want the guy to come and notice you, then you also have to know what you're up against. Don't don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to attract the wrong person, because of course, if you're in the wrong place, you're going to attract the wrong person, and then you're going to have to fight off this person that you don't want to be interacting with. So again, knowing what is necessary, because knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, baby. But in any sense, that's just one example. And then, of course, even after doing all the research, getting to know what you are looking for, you still have to be logical about it. Since I chose to use relationships in this particular sense, we'll continue with that. So, you know, looks don't necessarily mean anything anymore, because if you got the necessary swagger, then that's out the door. Who cares? I mean, not trying to be funny, but the notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls, God rest his soul, he wasn't the most attractive brother in the world. He was a rather huge fella, and this wasn't really the greatest looking thing of all time, but he pulled some bangers. Yeah, dude did good for himself. I mean, even to be on a little bit more of a comical level, there we have um, we had the Peter Griffin Lewis pairings of the world and whatnot. But me personally, I ain't even gonna lie. Even though Jay-Z and his whole thing was like in his 444 album, 444 album, he was saying there's no such thing as an ugly millionaire. Let's not get carried away, brother. Money don't make you look better. It might to some people, but those people are superficial. But money ain't supposed to make you look any better, physically wise. Money is great because of stability, but it ain't gonna change what this does. Unless of course you get plastic surgery, then that's a whole nother topic altogether. But we ain't gonna get into all that. But let's be real. Jay-Z, you ain't the you look like a camel, brother. But I ain't trying to be funny. You look like a camel. But Beyonce, she a little bit crazy, but she's straight. She's fine. She she got she got her stuff together. She highly sophisticated woman, takes good care of herself. But again, the whole premise of this is to once you've done your research, you still have to be logical. What you learn still needs to be rational about how you apply it. Don't set your standards too high if you don't have either a way to obtain them or the drive to make them happen. So, if you have that in itself, you already have no fear. You've already conquered your fear if you are have that kind of level on it. So we ain't even gonna stress that. You already got it. But once you have that, actually kind of segues into the next thing on my list of ways to really overcome that fear. And that's when you have to step outside those comfort zones, think outside the box, and just do things differently than you normally would. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Let's not be insane. So, again, this comes down to the logical part of what I was talking about. You've done your research, you've thought of logical ways to apply it, and it's always good to have a couple of different logical ways to apply it, because if the first one doesn't work, you don't want to keep trying to beat a dead horse and keep on trying to do that, and it don't work. So then you fall back to the second plan, and even the third plan if necessary, and even the fourth plan if necessary. I ain't saying give up easy. I said don't be illogical and insane and continue trying to do the same thing and expect different results. It don't work. Sometimes we really can't do everything by ourselves. Sometimes we have to get that help in hand. Sometimes it's a necessity. Sometimes you're just going to have to, if you're not the type of person that likes to ask for help, sometimes you're going to have to. Sometimes you have to swallow that pride. Sometimes you have to knock that chip off your shoulder. Go ahead and get rid of all the obstacles, the barriers, the crap that keeps you from the pride that keeps you from wanting to feel like you are lowering yourself from by actually asking someone else for help. Sometimes it's a necessity because you would be surprised about some of the help that someone else may have gotten to get where they are. So never, never, ever feel like you are a terrible person or anything else for asking for some help, support, because the support don't have to be financial, it don't have to be physical, it can also be mental, it can be spiritual, and I'm all about that spiritual. I pray for somebody all day long. I might not have it financially. If I do, I help you out. But I might not have it financially. So then I'll give it to you mentally. I'll give you some good words of encouragement. If I don't have it, if I don't have it financially or mentally, I definitely pray for it. You can best believe that. Be like, hey brother, I need some prayer. Something's got to give. Something's going on. I need some help to get past this, to achieve this goal, hey, I got your back, bro. I pray for you. But support can come in a multitude of different ways. You just never know. And in a sense, once you have armed yourself with the necessities to achieve your goal, not only have you knocked those barriers down that's keeping you from being able to achieve your goals, but you've also suppressed those fears so they don't surpass your dream. So remember that fear will never surpass your dream. Knowledge is power. Y'all take it easy.